Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Packer Universe podcast. This is the first takeaway with Tay and Ren. It's Monday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers went out to New Jersey to take on the New York Giants and lost in a circus-like fashion, 24-22. I got Ren on the comms. I'll probably let him start because I just don't know where to. But this game was all over the place. Messy, sloppy, ugly game. Lots of penalties, lots of miscues, lots of missteps. And somehow at the very end, they were still in it till the very, very last 2 seconds. But they did lose. It was disappointing, I guess. But the way they played, it's kind of... It was what it was. So, Ren, give me your first takeaway.
Did you say this was a football game today? Monday Night Football?
Yeah. It was supposed to be.
Because I don't know what I just watched, but I don't feel like I just watched a football game. Let me tell you that, Tay. That was, honestly, they get the lead, and I'm like, are we going to talk about a win here? Because we're going to be like the Pittsburgh game, like when they lost, we felt like they won. It was going to be the reverse.
Yeah.
It didn't happen because, well, leave it to Joe Barry to play the good old prevent defense like they're up 15 to end the game. A lot of weird things there, Tay. I mean, Jordan Love, man, there was just like floppy, fuzzy footballs from that dude all night long. It was ugly. People were bringing up the wind a lot.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know if it was wind. It was just floppy football all night from him, just float in the air, just like zigzag, and it was trash. The play calling was trash. A lot of, early just let's run the football up the A and B gap again, Tay. Predictable offense. Don't have Christian Watson. They're afraid. Don't get creative. It just seemed to be dumbed down again. At one point, it's 3 Packer turnovers to none for the Giants. The Packers get a miracle late getting that Saquon fumble run back. And, next thing you know, they're in business. But that 2-point conversion call, garbage.
Totally.
Dog. That's just a dog ugly play call. I don't know what they're thinking there. I'm like, if they get this in, because I said to you, my score was 24-21. I'm like, okay, look at me. I'm like, I'm right on the nuts. But, you got things like the missed Anders field goal late when they take a deep sack and make that really hard on them again. Why do they do this? They do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like that 3 is probably in and done, and they win. It's just that whole game was just quizzical and hard to watch. I mean, you got Rudy Ford at one point getting called,
hitting
the guy runs
hitting the punt
without looking.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's a flag? The dude wasn't even looking. It's not Rudy Ford's fault. Like, get it right. But the officiating in the NFL the last many weeks has been pretty abysmal. But so was the Packer play tonight. I mean, God, Tay, this is a team. They played. We talked about how god awful this offensive line is for the New York Giants, and they suck ass, Tay. Guess how many sacks the Packers had against that offensive line?
Well, I think it was just 1, wasn't it? At the end?
No, it was 0, Tay. It was.
Oh, that was a run by DeVito that they got him short of the line.
It was 0, Tay. This guy's been sacked 1 billion times in his starts because the Giants O-line sucks so bad. They can't dial up any exotic pressures to get this guy down. He's like running free half the game. You got this gabagool, whatever, show me the money shit on, the game. And you're like, oh God, listening to Joe and Troy, especially Troy, I'm sorry, but I'll never warm up to Troy. I just can't stand the man. Like, blah, 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 the Giants and Tommy's so great. No, but listen, call it like it is. The Giants suck. Packers are playing great and they suck tonight, you just call them they're bad football teams trying to win a game. Let's be honest about it. Like, you got to try to develop superlatives to describe ugly football. It's ugly football. Just call it what it is. Don't crown Tommy DeVito Mr. Mom's lunch money like he's a god. But Tay, listen, the Giants, 200 plus yards on the ground, Tay. That's Tommy and the crew. I mean, come on. Everybody thought maybe Joe Barry's safe. He's not safe, Tay. He's got to go. We talked about it the last couple weeks. You can give any decent coordinator this crew, and they're going to be this, or maybe a little bit better, I hope. So I'm just, oh God, I can't believe I spent my Monday night like that. And I'm just irritated. It was just watching terrible football. No, they didn't deserve to win, and they lost. So I hope they are able to get something out of that, because they need to learn a lot from it. They played awful. They coached awful on both sides of the football. Special teams sucked too, outside of a few bad calls in them. But let's be honest, Rich, Matt, Joe, Jordan, pretty much, yeah, they all get, failing grades in this football game today. That's what I got.
Yeah. They didn't play well. I think actually I don't like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman at all either. They were super high level annoying tonight. I'm sure every Packer fan out there agrees. But one thing Joe got right, I think it was maybe mid fourth quarter, maybe someone can correct me. Joe Buck said it well. He said, this team is off more than they are on today. And that is, I guess, putting it lightly. I mean, Jordan Love got off to kind of a really bad start. He had the jitters early. That kind of continued. And I thought you saw DeVito really winging it. He was rifling in his balls in there. Maybe there was some wind, but he wasn't, his balls weren't affected by it. Jordan's were a little more lofty at times and trying to go deep sometimes. And, he's not the best at that. I don't think I remember bringing it up in the last couple pods, but Jordan Love didn't throw deep a lot lately in the last two games. This one, he tried to do a little more of that. Again, he's kind of falling short on some of those. But yeah, this team was riddled. This whole game was riddled with mistakes by the Packers special teams and a lot of players across the board. So yeah, this was a little bit embarrassing. And I think I warned everyone last week that what if they were starting to lose? What if they did revert to the old Packers? And I think that's what we saw here. So what do you have? Do you have what is this team? Is this the team that beat the Lions and the Chiefs, or is this a team that we saw tonight? Is this what they are? This is what I was trying to prepare Packers fans for, prepare the universe for, and this is exactly what we got. So why did this come about? I don't know. Were the Packers overlooking the Giants? Maybe, but you got to look at yourself in the mirror and not like what you see. It was bad teams playing each other. And it was just ugly football. So, and this one, unfortunately, was supposed to be one that was available for the Packers to get a W.
But Tay, let me interrupt you. It was. That's how the Packers were that bad, Tay, and still had the dub in grasp in the final minute.
Yep.
And then only to give it away. They were horrible and didn't deserve to win. And they still almost did. So that's how bad the Giants are, and they couldn't beat that football team.
So at the high we were at the last two games, and then you get this one. I guess just ask yourself: were those the Packers, or is this the Packers? And I think everyone calling for Joe Barry's head early in the year, but then was like, no, he's great. His job's secure. Jordan Love was trash, and now he was awesome. We crowned him, and then all of a sudden, whoa,
let's give him the bag. Let's give him the bag.
So where is this team? It's obviously somewhere in the middle. We're rubber banding now back to mediocrity and disappointment. So this was ugly. bad game to watch, frustrating. There were, just glimpses of moments in this game that were good, but only to put them back into a situation where you're going to get disappointed. So, overall trash game. But what you just got to kind of like think of this as rubber banding. The pendulum has swung now the other way. So hopefully they can turn this around. This team was like, oh, in the playoffs, we're locked, we're in. And like, do you want them to be in the playoffs looking like this? No. So this team has to find its identity truly to at least give us something in the middle here consistently. Otherwise, this is just a yo-yo of a team, and are we going to go through this the rest of the 4 weeks? Maybe. So, regardless, buckle up and enjoy. But Ren, I don't really have much to say. You and I will chat more this week, and I guess get ready for the next roller coaster ride. But do you have anything more to say?
I don't. I'm ready for bed. That was God. That's enough.
Well, one good thing was the Go Pack Go chants that you could hear in the audience. At least the Packers
you could
represent.
hear, but that's not what they deserved either. Good Lord, you went out there and paid money for that, or you're out there on the East Coast, and then you got to live with those money clutching. I don't know. DeVito. Just stop. Joe Buck and Troy are still probably talking about how good Tommy DeVito is right now, and going back to his mom's for bedtime routine tonight.
Ren, did you know that he lives with his parents still? Did you know that? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah, well, it's straight from you heard it here first.
You're right. No kidding.
Oi. Okay, Ren. Well, we appreciate everyone hanging in there and listening to this first takeaway of a really trash game. But hopefully, they can pick themselves off the ground here, shake the dirt off, and get back to playing some decent football.
You got it, Tay.
Well, thanks, Ren, and thanks everyone for listening. And enjoy your night, universe.
Happy Monday, universe.